So I was scrolling through r/fighters recently and, some more specific fighting game subreddits and kept bumping into the same questions again and again and again. How large is the community? Does anybody still play? Is the game dead? And the worst one of all is the simple one-word answer all of these receive. Discord. Like it's a goddamn curse. The mere mention of it sends shivers down the FGC's spine. So what even, why? What does it matter? What is a Discord fighter? I myself had never really heard of the term. I started out playing mostly Tekken by myself, like a sad little creature. And, the only online fighting experience I ever had before Tekken 7 was Tekken 6 and Tekken Tag Tournament 2 and Tekken Force. A little bit of Tekken fighter, I guess. With Tekken 7, I started to try and get a lot more seriously into fighting games as a whole. So this prompted me to branch out a little bit, buy more fighting games. So my first foray into being part of the quote-unquote broader FGC as a player, instead of a spectator, was buying and subsequently sucking ass at Street Fighter V. However, once I found the fighter I liked sucking ass the most with, I felt pretty set. I had Tekken, I had Street Fighter, and that was cool, just playing ranked and whatnot. However, getting into playing more fighting games got me into watching more content, which got me into wanting to play even more. Some of the anime fighting games like BlazBlue and On the Ninth in Birth caught my attention. I had played some of BlazBlue before on my PSP and some other fighting games on the Vita, so the style spoke to me. And I ended up buying On the Ninth in Birth EXE Latest, or as the cool kids call it, Unist, in semi-preparation for watching EVO that year. I played through the tutorial and trials and left about in the arcade mode a little bit, and then I went online. And I waited, and I thought something was wrong with my internet, so I restarted that, and waited some more, and I restarted my PC, and I waited some more, and I didn't know what the fuck was up. So eventually I googled what was up, and everyone online was hyping about the game, but I couldn't even find a single match. So I started looking into it a little bit more deeply, and people started saying that you needed to find games looking through Discord. Nowadays I use Discord with tons of my friends and have made one for my D&D campaign I run, but before I had no clue, never heard of the thing. Anyway, I downloaded Discord, and though I found it very strange, I had some great longer sets with the people on the Unist Discord, and somehow I just couldn't get into it still. Falling out of the game and back into Tekken, and eventually falling out of Tekken as a whole, probably because Leroy was out of some bullshit. I had a full-time job as an English teacher and quite a lot of things to mark and prepare when I got home. I couldn't imagine myself getting back into fighting games, having to learn and practice. All this just felt like an imposing second job I didn't want to fall back into. Let alone adding the extra step of having to use a Discord app to look for people. It all seemed like an extra barrier and an absolute pain. Anyway, eventually a friend I had made playing Tekken asked me to play Unist. At that time, I think the CLR thing, UniCLR, was already out. And I thought it would be fun, playing with a friend. So I picked up the game and only fought this guy every weekday for some week, and literally only fought this guy. And well, I loved it. I had an absolute blast. We had a great internet connection between the two of us, so all our matches went great. And even though I didn't spend hours learning my character, I still got a lot better every week, just by talking about the matches in between the two of us and asking for advice directly from my opponent. And well, even if I didn't learn, I was having a lot of fun anyway. So having found out that I could love a fighting game, even just playing the same character against the same opponent for weeks after weeks, something clicked. I wanted to give more fighting games a chance as long as they had some sort of community, regardless of their size. And this led me to absolutely love these so-called dead Discord fighters. They became something I adored. After a long day at work, just coming home, getting a ping in the matchmaking channel and hopping on with the person that pinged me felt wonderful. Knowing for certain we would have a good connection and being able to ask for advice or give some advice myself felt great. I live in the Netherlands, and though we have a fighting game community, I could rarely make it to weeklies, nor did I really always want to. So I mostly interacted with the Dutch FGC at slightly bigger events like conventions and such, or for example when spectating the TWT finals in Amsterdam. However, with these Discord communities, I am part of the FGC. I feel connected to the FGC around these games a lot more. I am not the most talkative in this Discords, but I still love to play. And playing the people I have played before, building up small rivalries in my head and trying to beat people I couldn't before has been so exhilarating. To me, this really feels like the glorious fighting game community everybody always talks about. No longer am I, hopping in ranked, fighting complete randoms, getting bodied by some bullshit or shitty connection or be rage quit upon. No, I'm playing with players I'm getting to know and starting friendships and rivalries. So when players ask whether a game is a Discord game or not, I will now more proudly say yes it is a Discord game, and if that isn't something for you, then maybe you are the problem. You might just be looking for something completely different, but I really feel that Discord fighters are keeping the soul of the FGC alive, especially in this time. Like, come on guys, we are the FGC, not some random Call of Duty players. We play rivals, not randos. So no matter how alive the upcoming Guilty Gear Strive will be, I will most certainly be playing it like a drop-dead Discord game and having a goddamn blast. And I can really only hope that Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 become great dead Discord fighters as well. Anyway, like I said, this is slightly different from my usual content. Don't really have usual content, but you know what I mean. Slightly more rambly. But I think I did make a point. My next video will be more poignant, to the point, sharp, I guess. Anyway, you'll probably see. I really don't think this will be my regular content, but it just kind of felt like making this video. Anyway, if you have a really different opinion on Discord or Discord fighters, quote unquote, please leave it in the comments. I'll be glad to read it. Oh shit, nearly forgot to shill. Subscribe to your favorite YouTuber, which is me, and ring that notification bell for more bi-yearly content.